musket is the only thing that is mass produced and standardized is the size of the bore. Okay? And his bore is smaller than mine. Mine's 73, his is probably 69. In this exercise, I'll be having a rope. This rope here is cotton, but in my day it'd be hemp. It's going to be soaked in saltpeter or potassium nitrate. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it on fire. I'm going to light it up. It's going to look like a cigarette that's lit. And you'll see when I actually have it. I'm going to go through the procedures for loading, dry fire, and then I'll actually shoot. I'm not going to shoot a musket ball, but I'll just shoot it with a blank, just the gunpowder. Other thing on this musket, I have a little hole in the breech, and you have a pan here. After I fire the weapon, this is going to be open. There's going to be residue of gunpowder that's going to be in the pan. So I'll bring it up and I'll blow it out. Then what I do is holding the burning rope right here, I reach back and I get my flask of gunpowder and I pour some gunpowder in here. How far away is the burning rope from the gunpowder?
Not far enough.
Once I do that, I shut this plate. That keeps the gunpowder in place, but when I shut the plate, gunpowder gets on top, so I have to blow it off. Then I bring the musket around like this, and I grab one of these guys. This is a pre-measured shot of gunpowder, 1 per shot. I've got 12 on the body, 7 in front, 5 in back. We call them the apostles because there's 12. We're good Catholics in Spain. So holding the burning rope right here, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to pour some gunpowder down the barrel. Okay? What could go wrong, right? Once I do that, I have to get a musket ball. I've got a pouch back here. And this is what I'll be shooting. This is a lead musket ball. This one is 73 caliber. And back there, we've got on the table, we have all different kinds of musket balls in different sizes for you. So the problem that I have right now is I'm taking my eyes off the bad guys. I'm retired Army. I spent just about 36 years in the Army. And one of the first things I learned, if there's people out there that don't like me, I have to keep my eyes on them, just like law enforcement. Finding this pouch is a distraction, right? So what the soldiers in my day did, they'd have 5 or 6 of these lead musket balls in their mouth. Didn't know about lead poisoning, didn't care. Now the problem I also have is this is round and the barrel's smooth. No rifling. This is like a 12-gauge shotgun. If I drop the musket ball down and I depress it, it could roll right out. So what I would do is I need some patches or wads. These would be scraps of paper or cloth. And I could have them just shoved almost anywhere on my body. So looking straight ahead, I get a patch or a wad, spit the musket ball into it, one motion of the hand, wrap it around, then drop it down the barrel. That will keep it tight to the barrel. But the problem is that I need this musket ball down here in the breech. When I drop it down, it's only going to get about this far. Okay? So how do I get it down there?
You got to poke it down there.
I got a ramrod. So I take the ramrod and I ram it all down. That'll make sure it's nice and tight in the breech. My ramrod is wood, it can break. I've actually broken a couple of these things, but they're easy to make. Just get a dowel, sand it down. We have to wait till Frederick the Great invents, or it comes out with a metal ramrod about 1740. Get one that doesn't break, one of those technological advancements. But we're stuck with this right now. A lot of steps to this, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm standing up here, the battle's going on, we're shooting back and forth, complete chaos. So now I bring the musket up, I get my burning rope, and this is the one time I will take my eyes off the bad guys. I have to look into the wind, because back then, men wore their hair long, and if I don't look into the wind, I could burn my hair up, because I'm going to blow on and get this going real hot. Once I get that going real hot, I set the match cord and what we call the serpentine here. And now I have to make sure that this hits the center of the plate. So I'll be testing it like this. Remember when I blew the gunpowder off of that? If I didn't do that, I have a real bad day right now. When I want to fire the weapon finally, I open up that plate, I expose the gunpowder, I depress this lever here, not a trigger in a modern sense, but it serves the same function because when I depress it, the burning rope goes into the gunpowder. You'll see the flash when I do it. The flash goes up in the little hole in the breech, ignites the gunpowder, out goes the musket ball.
So that's why they look away from the musket when they're fire, right?
Very slow rate of fire. 1 round a minute for a trained veteran soldier. 1 round a minute. The flintlock, which replaces this, think American Revolution, or Outlander, or any of those movies, 3 rounds a minute, and no more burning ropes and all this other stuff. I can probably shoot a musket ball maybe 100, 150 yards or so. But if you're trying to hit something at that range, you'd be better off buying a Powerball ticket.
Yeah.
So at 50 yards, sir, if you were my target at half a football field, on the battlefield, and I'm aiming at you, only got about a 50% chance to hit you. Okay? So we just bring the weapons up horizontal to the ground. We don't even shoot, just horizontal and shoot. Now the problem is that I'm not going to stand here and probably reload the musket in my day. Well, I would in my day pretty much, but not too long after the 1500s, early 1600s, we came up with a system. Come on up here. Because we'll have about 15, 16 guys lined up like this. We're going to have about 4 or 5 people behind us. The sergeant lines us up by how fast we can reload the muskets. I'm the 1 minute line, he's the 2 minute line. I'm not going to stand here and reload. This is shortly after the early 1600s, excuse me. As soon as I fire, I need room to go to the rear. I'm loading my weapons. By the time I get to the front, I'm ready to shoot. I only got 12 shots of gunpowder, right? What do I do? Well, behind us, we're stationary. We're not moving around. People that are moving are the cavalry. So there's a couple of boys. One's 15, probably about 14, 15 years old. He's got a handful of bandoliers that are filled up. I just give him an empty one. He gives me one that's filled up. His buddy's got a bag full of musket balls. I just grab a handful, put them in my pouch. So that is pretty much how we do this. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and shoot one round as a blank. And I'm not going to be shooting a musket ball. So I wanted to kind of show you how we use it with the musket ball in place. So, holding a burning rope here. Right near my lookout for horses and stuff. So I'm going to get my gunpowder flask.
You have sensitive hearing.
Cover your ears.
What?
Cover your
Yeah, we're cannoneers, we don't count. Alright, you might want to cover your ears. Don't put your fingers in the ears, they might match.
Okay, we're ready?